Are you ready?
I'm really super ready for this.
No, are you ready?
I'm too ready.
Come on, this is the final stretch, man.
I was born ready.
We have only a few more games to cast, and then beta is over.
I know, I'm actually really sad about this.
You've been going through some kind of like Starcraft ending for a month depression.
I know.
Because you are like pure geek rage embodied.
I don't know what I'm gonna do for the next. I like honestly, I'm really worried about on Monday. No, actually, when is it actually done?
Sunday, tomorrow.
No,
for
the
us.
7th for us. But it actually ends the 7th, and that's a
Okay.
Tuesday, I think. So Wednesday, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna have this emptiness.
You're pathetic.
I don't know what. Like, I'm gonna wake up and not know what to do. I'm gonna have to go outside. I actually went outside yesterday to practice for Wednesday
Okay.
because I haven't been outside in the last couple months since Starcraft started.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I'm excited because we have games from Grog today, and Grog has been playing Terran, and we've been kind of Terran deficient.
Yeah, there's nothing I love more than Grog's Terran, except for maybe s'mores.
I just and it's great because we haven't watched these games at all. We just are trusting Grog, knowing that he plays good games, and so I'm rooting for him. However, you might not be because he is playing your favorite race.
I know. I'm gonna
the
have
favorite
to
nerd
root
rage
for
race.
the Protoss. I hope the Protoss wins.
We have Protoss named Berserk or Berserk. I'm gonna call him Berserk, even though there's an A.
I'm gonna call him Judicator Berserk.
Oh, so yeah, let's just do this.
Let's just
come on.
Let's just touch StarCraft.
All right, and quick shout out to Mega Max. Mega Max, turn your volume down real quick, okay? Real quick, 'cause I'm about to say something screwed up.
0. Turn the volume to 0.
Sucks that when we say like words like penis and stuff, people get
Don't
in
like
trouble.
it. Yeah, I know. I wish that people didn't ever have to get in trouble for anything.
Yeah, ever.
Especially us saying words like penis or vagina.
Yeah.
So
we have Terran going for the atypical wall. Not the atypical. The typical wall off.
yeah, the usual,
The
normal.
And so on a map like Kulos Ravine, which has so much water,
Yeah.
I like to call it Cool Off Ravine because it looks so refreshing.
Yeah, it does. See, now the thing about maps where there's so much water like that is you really want to try to build your naval units early.
Do you think there's ever been a fear of that since Dustin Browder came from CNC, right?
Yeah, well,
And
actually,
there's naval units there.
I think in Warcraft 2 they had naval units. They had naval units and air units.
Serious?
Yeah, that you could build docks. I think.
Okay.
But
We have both players scouting in the wrong direction, so both are behind on their intel, which is, cool for even match so far.
But actually, I think that's the correct direction to scout on this map. I always scout that way first because it takes so much longer to go all the way around to the other. It takes so much longer to go from left to right than it does from top to bottom.
See, I've heard that before, but I always wonder like exactly how true that is.
Because look at it. Because you have to go around the middle, right? So
Yeah.
on this map,
Yeah, no, I getcha.
on this map, it's
It's
probably
a little
almost a
hump.
third.
There's more of a hump than a straight line. I
Yeah,
understand.
it's a third longer probably, more or less, if I remember my trigonometry.
We have a tech lab going down for Grog, so either we're going to see some Reaper. No, we're going for Marauders.
Concussive shell upgrade, getting research at that.
So he's going to go heavy Marauder. He's going to get this pro before he gets in here, sees everything
No,
he's doing.
he's going to take a look. But he doesn't going to see anything too critical. One gas. This is normal.
Yeah, well, I mean, the one thing that I'm always looking for when I get my scout in on a Terran is his gas situation. Well, two things. His gas situation. If I see double gas off the bat, then it's instantaneous, like, oh my god, he's going probably for the Banshee rush. I got to get some anti-air or something going on.
I try not to rely on the gas number of gases too much. Unless it's just a really, really early second gas, but I try not to think of any specific thing. I try to just keep scouting. But
I don't know. For Terran, I'm usually very frightened of two gas. And then, of course, the second thing to always look for is whether it's a tech lab or that other lab.
yeah, the reactor.
The
lab.
reactor, which that's some pump double Marines. So, if you're going against Marines or Marauders. But we have Grog coming out with a little bit. Is he going to go for some early pressure here?
The interesting thing to note is that Grog did see that Stargate getting built. So that was not hidden from him. And so he's probably knows that the Protoss is building Void Rays because a couple patches ago, it was all the rage, and still is to a certain extent, to build Void Rays against Terran as Protoss. They're really good.
And so he's going to apply, that's perfect, he's going to apply a little bit of pressure knowing that the Terran is going to be teching up for something that's a little bit expensive, get his hits in while he can, but he's going to have to pull back now because 3 Marines against a Void Ray just...
No, it's
not going to cut it.
Not even a fair fight. Now, what's interesting here is I like how Grog immediately pulls back completely to his main.
He hasn't pulled back, but he's actually committing.
He's actually
pulling some back.
He's pulling them. They're coming now. They were just
he's
rallied.
doing a mix of
And
okay,
the reason why I like that so much is because he knows he has such a long walking distance, and he knows he needs to get back to his base
right away. Because this Void Ray,
it shows such good game sense. The fact that he didn't think that I can just park outside the Protoss's base. The fact that he knew I need to get back right away. And he is going to get back, I think, just in time to prevent this Void Ray from doing extreme.
So he's going to have to move out of here quickly. There's just too many. There's no way he's going to get enough damage. It's going to be a wasted Void Ray. I know there's a second Void Ray that has already come out. Are we going to see a little cliff micro here?
No, I'm not sure. I think air units, you can see them if they're over a cliff. I think only ground units, you can't see them. I think air units, if they're firing, you can see them. Either that or I'm just bad at positioning my air units, because it seems like whenever I position air units on cliffs, they can still hit them.
So we do have a second Void Ray, and I'm actually interested to see how he uses this, because he could totally use these zealots to push back those Marines, keep the Marines at bay, while letting the Void Ray in to take down a couple of critical structures.
That's actually what he's planning, because the thing about this build is normally you see Void Rays used in a cheesy sense, to come in and kill workers or try to take out the main building.
Whoa.
That's like
love.
That is truly love.
Oh my God, they're making out.
That is
the hottest thing
penetration
I've ever seen. Hold on. Okay.
You were asking. Hold on. Actually, no, you do need to pause for a second.
Okay. I'm sorry. Let's not pause for long because this is intense. What's happening?
You were asking me before how Protosses make love because they don't have penises.
Really? They make love with their crystal pee-pee tips?
No. They do that with their chins.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I want to watch. So, all right, these zealots are going to try to push back these Marines, but there's just too many Marines and Marauders here.
Yeah.
This is going to be a failed push. He has to pull back right now or he's going to lose everything, and Grog's is going to be able to push right into his main.
Now,
perfect choice to push these back over the cliffs where he cannot, does not have direct access to.
Those infantry are pretty low now, though, so this continued pumping will probably be able to... Now, what I'd love to see the Protoss do is to charge his Void Rays up on the rocks to get that Void Ray charged.
Get them hot, yeah. Charge them up on anything. We have this probe. We're gonna have to pull that probe back.
Probe's gonna die. Sad.
So I don't know. This might be pretty dangerous. The Protoss does not have a lot of units to hold back this push. He does have 3 Void Rays.
I'm curious to see how this goes because Void Rays are so good at killing stuff.
So you have to use your Stalkers
once they get charged,
as spam, just to take some heat while these Void Rays charge up on the Marines. And this is now going to go in the Protoss's favor.
As long as the Void Rays can shoot for just a little while on their own, they really are able to take out a lot of stuff. And now with 3 full Void Rays, I mean, those things do so much damage. It's really, really hard to fight.
Now, he really seems to be committing to Void Rays, even though he does have a robo facility going up, so there probably will see a transition.
Now all the Marines are dead, and he has nothing left to actually fight the Void Rays.
He has to get these Marauders out of here. I'm interested to see what's going to happen right now. We have the robotics bay going up. I feel like there's going to have to be some kind of transition coming up for both players.
That robotics bay does mean Colossus because that's the only thing it really unlocks.
Now, since you play Protoss normally, how effective do you feel Colossus is against Terran ground?
It's really good. I usually prefer to get High Templar against Terran ground just based on my own build orders, but
on a map like this, I feel like that might have a slight edge just because of all the cliffs, being able to walk up, hit, walk back down. There's cliffs everywhere to get this
Colossus are really
away.
good on Kulas Ravine. But the Grog actually is hiding an expo at those gold minerals. I guess it's not hidden, but it's an interesting choice for a first expo. Which is interesting to note, too, because maybe the Protoss player might not scout that up there so early when he doesn't see natural. But it is good to note that they are going to be still even on resources. They're both getting their expansions up at a similar timing.
So we have armory going up. We have, 4 barracks. Grog's been keeping up on upgrades.
The Colossus is in production now. I think Colossus are a good choice. You always want, when you have infantry, you always want splash damage. So, personally, I mean, I think maybe I would like High Templar. I think High Templar kill Marines so well, because the Marines do tend to bunch up into a more of a sphere rather than a line. Whereas I prefer Colossus against things like Hydras and Roaches, where they do tend to spread out into that line.
Well, I could agree with you on the High Templar, especially, you know, with the fear even that he might be going tanks at some point, and, you know, tanks being so overpowered, especially because this is before patch 15, where the tanks were nerfed a little bit, which I still don't think is enough. But
well, I don't want to say overpowered yet, but they do seem like really strong.
Okay, and so he is going with the Colossus, just like I thought, over these cliffs. Great choice.